Welcome back, everyone, to our playthrough of the career mode in NASCAR Heat Evolution. And first things first, I must admit, this new paint scheme we've got is really growing on me. After looking at that red car for so long, I thought we were going to be stuck with it for quite some time. And now that we have a new sponsor, we have a new paint scheme, we are with Chevy now, and everything is going great. We sit second in the chase standings and 10th in the traditional point standings at this point. So the season is going great. We have 140,000 in the bank. And if we take a look at the team, you can see that when we get to 200,000 in the bank, we can purchase a horsepower improvement, which will be much appreciated as these guys are killing me on the straight stretches. And I am able to beat them through the corners. So having more horsepower will definitely be appreciated. If we take a look at our sponsors, our primary sponsor, the Flying J, which you can see on the car, is giving us 12.5 per race, which is a nice jump from the 5,000 we were getting previously. And now you can see the secondaries really haven't moved up. They're still showing us basically a top 15 is considered a great finish. I'm wondering if somewhere along the way we're going to get some options for top 5s or top 10s, something along those lines for secondary sponsors. But we're going to keep the same ones for now, top 20 and then top 15 for our two sponsors. I also like the leading a lap. That's a nice one as well. But at this point, we're just going to stick with where we are because it's not that big of a difference. And I feel pretty confident we can get a top 20 at basically every track, even though that hasn't necessarily been the case. And I'm a little worried about it being the case here coming up at Michigan. As I've mentioned, and I keep harping on in these videos, a lot of these tracks, the bigger tracks particularly, are all about horsepower, downforce, drag. And we are down, of course, on all three of those, but we are getting better. Particularly once we get to 200 grand, we're going to receive a nice horsepower increase, which will be very much appreciated and something we could really use for the upcoming race at Michigan. I'm a little worried that Michigan is going to be a bad track for us simply because we're down on horsepower and we're up on drag and low on downforce. So assuming, of course, that downforce is modeled at all in the game. But Michigan, so what are we going to do here? Well, hopefully we're going to be able to run this thing flat out, and hopefully we're going to be able to run up front with these guys, because if we're able to run up front, that's going to get us a lot of money. And if we're able to make 60 grand or more in this race, then we can go ahead and purchase that next upgrade. So we're going to hope for the best. Let's head for Michigan. All right, here we go, folks. We are starting 15th. At least I believe it was 15th. It's showing us 14th now, but I believe we started 15th.
Hold your line.
All right, I'm going to try to get to the high side because you don't lift at Michigan. There is no reason whatsoever to lift, and I do not want to be in the middle of this pack, particularly on the bottom when these guys are going through the corners. We'll see what kind of speed I've got relative to these guys, but again, there is no lifting needed here at this track. You can easily run it wide open. So this could get really wild. All right, so things have stabilized. It usually takes us about a lap, because the AI get off to a better start than us. You can see they are killing me down the straightaway here. Oh, and now we just got wrecked. And that's one of the things I don't like about the AI. I was in their way, so they promptly just shot me out of the way. It's all right, we'll go with that. Now we're back to 22nd. Again, I have not lifted since the green flag.
Still there. Clear low. You're all clear.
Generally speaking, with the AI, the racing gets better the closer to the front you get. We'll see if that holds true. Our qualifying time was about a half second or so off the pole, which is not a good sign that we're holding it wide open and running around here that easily wide open and we're still a half second off the pole. But in another respect, it's actually a pretty good omen, because it means we're not that far off the pace as far as drag or horsepower. All right, so I'm coming up very, very quickly on some guys here, and Greg Biffle has decided he's going to block me. Now, turns 1 and 2 are by far and away the trickier of the two ends of the racetrack, no doubt. Not that I feel like I need to lift in that corner, but if you're not on the bottom, then it makes for a very rough center of the corner. But if you can get down toward the bottom of 1 and 2, it's pretty much a breeze. 3 and 4 is no trouble whatsoever. You're just breezing through here. Absolutely no trouble. All right, we're not able to make up very much room here, partly because I don't have the straightaway speed to run the high side against these guys. And what I mean is, I'm going to come off the corners here with more speed than them, but I don't have the straightaway speed to make up for it the longer distance I'm traveling through the corners. I really need to get to the bottom, or at least closer to the bottom anyway. Let's come down a little bit more. All right, ooh, and Junior comes right up in front of me. I had to lift a little bit there to keep from running him flat over. All right, so we're gonna lose even more than normal. All right, let's see what we can do here. Really trying to unwind the wheel as soon as I can, make the straightaways even longer. The more you turn the wheel, the more speed you scrub off. So that's why I really don't want to scrub off any more speed than I have to. Very good corner here, if we can hold it down the straightaway. So the draft definitely comes into play here, what little draft there is in the game. All right, good corner there. Can we hold it? All right, not bad. Not bad. They're coming back on me, but I think by the time we get to the next corner, we'll be in good shape. And you can see we are breezing by these guys in the corner. But yeah, running low on the straightaway isn't that big a deal, except for the fact that they don't come back up before corner entry to get a good angle. These guys just run it down around the bottom the whole way like we're running Indy cars. So we're running 14th, basically where we started the race. All right, we'll come down a little bit lower there in the corner. Give Junior some room though. All right, I think we're alongside him. Yeah, there he is.
That was a great lap.
All right, so our quickest lap thus far. All right, we should get a good run off this corner, and hopefully we can actually clear Junior in 3 and 4. Now he's going to pull out too much on me down the straightaway. As you can see, we're going to be able to gain quite a bit of time on him through the corner, but not enough to quite clear him, which means that he's going to come right back by us.
5 laps to go.
Oh, where's my horsepower? Yeah, he is just crushing me on the straightaways. When we come to turn 3 and 4.
Stay hot.
We can get to him. We make up a lot of ground on him. But of course, it's going to be hard to get below him because he's running the white line the entire length of the track. All right, let's really try to get a good run here. No, couldn't quite get under him. Let's try to follow him, get a little draft. All right, what can we do through 3 and 4 here?
Still there.
Try to keep the car from getting bound up, carry all the speed we can. Now this is a battle. All right, you can see we make up several car lengths going through the corners. Unfortunately for us, he makes all of that back up once we get on the straightaway. Ooh, he left us a little opening there. All right, what I would like to do here is, if I can keep him, he cleared me. If I could keep him up there in the corner, I could slide by him on the bottom. I'm trying everything I can to get by him.
Still there.
That is so disheartening to watch him pull right back by me on the straightaway. So terribly disheartening. All right, last lap. Anything we got for him, we got to show it now. All right, good run off the corner. Not quite what we wanted. Yeah, he is torching us on the straight. As soon as we get some horsepower, just run him over. All right, so we gave it our best, but 14th is all we could do, and that is without lifting. So the car felt great, no problem at all there. But boy, there is no doubt about the horsepower after seeing that. All right, so we come home 14th. Again, not terrible. Actually, a little better than I thought we were going to do. Unfortunately, it will not get us the amount of money we need. Not quite. If you remember, we needed about 60,000, maybe a little bit more. We did get all of our secondary sponsors, so that's good. We come home 54 grand in winnings, so we'll definitely take that. All right, fastest lap 39.5. Yeah, it's about a half second quicker than anything we were able to do. All right, so that gets us to $194,000. Oh, so close to being able to get the next upgrade. We're right there. We are right there at it. So if we come back into our standings, I really want to see. All right, so we're still the only two here with 3 wins. That's good. And so now we have 9 drivers total with victories. Not bad. It's really filling up, but we have 3 victories. So we are definitely securing a very high position for ourselves as the chase gets closer and closer. So that was race number 15 on the schedule at Michigan. We'll come home with a great 14th place finish. Stay tuned next time where we will be at Sonoma, and who knows what could happen at Sonoma. Thanks for joining me, and stay tuned for more NASCAR Heat Evolution.